Hello everybody, it's that time again. It's time to take another look at an action figure from like it's 1985. This is a review of G.I. Joe Sigma 6. Now, Sigma 6 was an awesome line when it came out back in around 2006. I actually never knew anything about it. In fact, it was before I ever even started collecting, toys and that sort of thing. So I never knew about this line. But what an awesome line. These figures are huge compared to, let's say, the Iron Man 2 line, the Star Wars Clone Wars line, the new G.I. Joe line, the Rise of Cobra line, the Marvel Universe line. These Sigma 6 figures are awesome. You can get them on eBay. You might get lucky and find them in your local department store or dollar store. But they are awesome. They usually come with lots of accessories. They're freaking huge. So as I got Storm Shadow outside his packaging, I came to remember why I really liked Sigma 6 in the first place. Just the size of the figure. This guy stands, 8 inches tall, for one thing. He has, really good articulation. And last but certainly not least, the accessories and the attention to detail throughout the accessories in the figure. And I'm really worried that I may be getting back into Sigma 6 here. I think the bug maybe has bit me. I just decided to do this review kind of as a random review because I found it in my storage, and I said, well, let's just do a review on Sigma 6. I haven't done one for a while, but I'm afraid I might have opened Pandora's box as far as my interest in Sigma 6 goes. But anyhow, let's on to the figure. Here is Storm Shadow, and I will be taking pictures of him at the end, or that you might see him at the beginning of this review once it's all edited. But here he is. One of his prominent features, of course, is the dragon tattoo. Very cool. Now, articulation, he can rotate 360 if he wanted to. He can look up, look down. Shoulders 360, or ball hinge shoulders, and go out pretty far. You get a swivel and a bend. Not a great, not a great bend as far as double jointed bends go, but I mean it's only a single joint, but you do get that bend. That's pretty typical for a Sigma 6 articulation. You get the wrist, which is swivel, and it's got a joint that can go actually either way, as you can see. Very nice there. Now, no finger articulation. To get the weapon in, you just got to kind of pull apart this really hard plastic and get the weapon in there. Some of the Sigma 6 have what's called Kung Fu grip, which was a spring-loaded fist. So you open it up and it springs back shut because of the spring. This figure does not have Kung Fu grip. So we've got nice ab articulation there, waist articulation, and this would make Jean-Claude Van Damme very proud. Swing. Can do the splits very nicely. So there's that articulation. Forward like that, back like that. A single joint at the knee, 90-degree bend, but you do get a swivel. There's no swivel there. I thought there would be. And then you got a ball-hinged ankle. So that's nice. One of the things about Sigma 6 that is nice, just one of them, if you pay attention to his sash here, on the back you can see how it's attached. And yes, what you're hearing is correct. That's Velcro. How awesome is that to have Velcro in a figure? I mean, they could have found a cheaper way to do it, but shoot, they decided to go with Velcro. Good for them. That's awesome. And that's not on this figure alone. There's other figures in the Sigma 6 line that have that type of detail that's freaking awesome. So here, this is how he appears in package with these on. You can accessorize and include these, which I believe are a type of blocking armament, so you can block sword strikes. So he looks pretty cool like that, and he matches in colors and everything, gold and kind of a maroon red. But we can set those to the side. They both come off, and if it gets even better, you can plug this in here on his forearm. Plug in this, and we got dual bladed action. You can stab forward, or you can swing back and catch somebody that's trying to sneak up and behind him. So very cool. I think this is how I will be displaying him with these blades at the ready. There he is, all ready to go. Okay, so now to the weapons, which these are very, very nice. You get this quiver, which also doubles as a sheath for swing the blade. The blade, as you can see, has a dark, well, I mean, metallic blue edge to it, silver on the rest of the blade, and gold and black. So very nice detail on the blade. So we can go ahead and arm him with that, since that's pretty easy to do on camera. Seems like he should have a tighter grip than that, but okay. Alright, so, and then you get the quiver. Now the quiver has this strap. And no, this is not plastic, this is elastic. Yes. Yes, another one of those nice features with Sigma 6 that I mentioned just a few minutes ago. Velcro and elastic. I mean, you can't get much better than that. These do come out and they stay in pretty well in the quiver. And of course you can sling that over his shoulder. Now, this leads us into the mighty Shouri Crossbow. And look at the attention to detail they put in this. Gold and black. Here's more of a shiny plastic black, I guess. More of a flat black in contrast with the gold. And then even this color here is a different color gold. It's more like a bronze gold or a darker bronze. And if that wasn't enough, look at this. You can pull it back. And when you pull back, it puts tension on the on these sections here. This is a cord. This is like just a cord. It's not plastic, it's a cord. The trigger mechanism, if you load in either of these darts into the tip there, you push this forward and the bolt goes flying off. There's one. So what you could do is you can simulate you're cocking the crossbow, I guess for lack of a better term, you're pulling back, getting ready to fire, and then to pretend you can push this forward like that. And he should be able to hold this. What I'll do is at the end of the review I'll have him holding this and kind of get him in an action pose. So size comparison time. Here is where Sigma 6 kicks everybody's ass, in my opinion, in terms of size. 8 inches here, okay? And everybody's familiar with this by now because it's been all over YouTube. Iron Man 2, movie line, War Machine. And here we have him next to Mr. Storm Shadow. Yes. I'll probably take pictures of this too, but here you get an idea. He's not even in a shot there. Look at that. Yeah. Another example. Star Wars Clone Wars. Roughly a 4-inch figure. Yeah, who's your daddy now, huh? Look at that. This is what we're missing out. I mean, this is what we're missing out on these, on toys these days. We've been downsized. And granted, there is a lot of detail in these figures, and these are nice figures. And they have, in the case of like Rise of Cobra, they have these overcompensating weapons that are like much like these. I mean, if you take a look at the crossbow relative to Sigma 6 characters, it's a freaking huge crossbow. And that's one of the signature traits also of Sigma 6. These freaking huge weapons, which almost are too big, but they're big enough. They're big enough that they're just like, oh, that's awesome, But wow, I don't know. I can't. I think I've been bitten by the Sigma 6 bug again. We'll see. Hopefully I'll get over it. But it's an awesome line, and thanks to Aries 083 for introducing me to it. And once again, I want to say, please check out his channel because he has tons of these Sigma 6 characters, figures, these Sigma 6 figures on his channel. There's not just ninjas. If you don't like ninjas, there's commandos. If you don't like commandos, there's special ops guys. There's Snake Eyes. Basically, Sigma 6 is a offshoot of G.I. Joe. If you didn't know that, so I guess I don't really have to tell you this, but thumbs up. I highly recommend you pick up one of these. At least try them out. Pick up one. Here, just to show off again, is my other Sigma 6 Storm Shadow in his samurai armor. I'll probably take a picture of him at the end too, or something like that. But thumbs up. All right. Well, thanks guys for watching. Yeah. check these guys out. I'll see you in the next review. By the way, there's one thing I missed when I showed off the crossbow. You see how the red cord here is all the way to the front? As I insert the missile, it should move back, as you can see right there. And then it's fully tensioned right there. And when I fire it off, missile away, it releases that tension. That is awesome. That is Sigma 6.